You should divide your raid up into 2 groups with 1 tank in each. Group 1 is in front of the boss and Group 2 is behind the boss. Denathrius will cast Cleansing Pain in front of him onto Group 1. This will summon adds around that group that stay stationary and can't be CC'd, so AoE them down. The Cleansing Pain will take off 1 stack out of 4 of this Burden of Sin debuff everyone has. This is important for everyone to have 1 to 2 stacks of this going into the intermission phase. So after Cleansing Pain, the other tank taunts and it will happen onto Group 2, ping-pong that back and forth. Blood Press happens 3 times in phase 1. It will stun everyone and raise them into the air and then knock them back, dealing heavy shadow damage to the raid. If you get feeding time, get out of the group. On Heroic, this is replaced with Night Hunter. Random individuals will still have to get out of the group, but visions of Denathrius spawn that have lines that go from them to players. These lines need to be intercepted by multiple players to split the damage. Once Denathrius reaches 100% energy, he'll cast Ravage, and the blade in the center will cover 1/3 of the room in a black pool. You need to move out of this before it finishes. This happens roughly every minute, so you have 3 minutes to damage him down to 70% before it's a wipe. Once he gets to 70%, it's the intermission. Everyone gets knocked back and you have to move to the center of the arena, and you can't use any move speed abilities. The Burden of Sin debuff reduces your movement speed based on stacks. If you have 2, it is manageable. 3 means you'll die. Your raid gets knocked down to the next platform for phase 2. Tank the boss in the north corridor near the big mirror. Denathrius' blade, Remornia, will engage the fight and must be tanked as well. All damage to the blade is copied to Denathrius, so double dot them. Remornia does give its tank a stacking bleed debuff, taunt off at around 5. Adds will spawn, kill them. There will be adds off to the side of the other platforms for range to kill as well. On Heroic, whenever an add dies, it spawns projectiles for raid members to get out of. Denathrius casts Racking Pain in this phase, which is a frontal cone as well, but no raid members need to stand in it. It should be pointed towards the adds and it'll increase their damage taken by 30%. Denathrius will cast Hand of Destruction, pulling everyone to him. Use the mirror to teleport to the other side of the encounter to get away from it. Then you can use the mirror to get back. Remornia will mark 3 players with Impale. Just get out of the group with this. On Heroic, the impaled players will drop AoE zones under their feet, so just be aware of that. Remornia also casts Massacre, which has many red lines appear through the encounter where it will slash through, so dodge those. There will be adds that spawn on the east and west parts of the encounter towards the end of phase 2. Bring Denathrius to those locations to kill the adds, remembering to use the mirror for fast travel. Phase 3 is at 40%. Burn phase. The outer edge of the room will be red and bad to stand in. Random raid members will get Fatal Finesse. Get out of the group with this. On Heroic, this leaves behind an orb that needs to be soaked by multiple players. The sword will not be attackable in this phase, but tank Denathrius towards the side of the encounter because he'll still cast Hand of Destruction for raid members to get away from. Can't use the mirrors here. Denathrius will also cast Shattering Pain on the tank. All raid members should run towards Denathrius since it does a knockback to everyone. He also casts Scorn on the tank. Taunt off at around 5. The sword slashes will still happen in this phase, so watch out for them, and 1/3 of the room will get filled with bad stuff just like phase 1, so kill him before the room fills up. And that's the Sire Denathrius fight and the entire Castle Nathria raid.